Happy today, happy every day.
Happy today. This is your host, Bonnie and Clyde, with your weekly update. How you guys doing today? Well, that's great. Hopefully you're all doing well. I'm doing good myself, and Clyde is also doing well, right, Clyde? Are you doing well?
I'm as great as I can be.
All right. Well, hey, it's all we can do, just be happy every day.
And I was making a video today clarifying that happy is a vague term, but for us at Happy Every Day, it means awareness and being present, being in the moment. And that's what it means. That's what the movement is about, is remembering to be present. So Matt's pretty good at that.
Yeah, I mean, I do my best. I still find myself future tripping or thinking about the past, but I try not to. I try to stay in the moment, and it really just helps living the best life possible, because all we have is today. It doesn't matter what's going to happen in the future, because that hasn't happened yet.
Do you remember before your traumatic brain injury and before your situation, Matt, do you remember if you were different? Or do you think you're more present and aware now?
Yeah, I'm definitely more present and aware now. I mean, I was always pretty present, but like having my accident definitely woke me up, in a sense, I mean,
and it literally knocked you out and put you to sleep, and then woke you up.
Woke me up 2 months later, yeah. So, I definitely feel more aware now, and just more sensitive to a lot of things. I can read people better, I feel like, and ultimately it's been a blessing, So many good things have happened to me from this.
You can probably read people better because you're like focused more. And when you're focused and aware, or maybe it's intuition?
Yeah, I think it's more intuition. I'm not sure, but so something happened where it's, I'm stoked on it, and it's just one of the blessings that's happened with this accident, and it's just part of life, It's something that some of us go through, and you just have to turn a positive into a negative, so to speak.
Or a negative into a positive.
Sorry, I had that mixed up.
That's all right, Clyde. Bonnie got your back.
Yeah. Well, you're the teacher, so you always are schooling me, and
no, I'm not. I know nothing. All I know is I know nothing at all. But yeah, but like I say with luck, it's positive and negative, but it's still luck. Like, it's still something that's happening for a reason, for something to be learned, right?
Of course.
So, and sometimes their lessons are painful.
Yeah, that's usually the case. And it's all you gotta do is keep going through it, and just hopefully you can get to the light at the end of the tunnel. And that's what happened with me, so to speak. I mean, I'm in the light now, and it's all good. It necessarily wasn't an easy path I had to go through. I mean, I'm still going through that. I'm still on that journey, and I still have my challenges, but it's ultimately it's a good thing, and yeah, like I said, I wouldn't take it back, and I'm happy with where I'm at today. It's ultimately a good thing.
Right?
Yes. So
you still have people around you who love you. I'm holding you accountable to what you said, you went surfing this week, so.
Yeah, I did go surfing this week, and quick shout out to my friend Nick. I went surfing with him, and it was a little heavy for me because I was gonna go surf at a break in here in Newport Beach called Blackies, because there's quite a bit of swell, and it's generally a lot smaller there, and that's where I like to go surf if there's some swell. And I called Nick. I'm like, hey, you want to meet me at Blackies? And he's like, yeah, I'll meet you there. And then like he called me back like 20 minutes later. He's like, hey, are you coming down? I'm like, yeah, you want to go to Blackies? He's like, no, I just walked the dogs on the beach, dude. And it looked like maybe it was just like head high, and like you could totally handle it, which is, I was like stoked. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, let's just surf out there. And you're like, all right. So I cruised down to his house. We just surfed right in front, like 19th Street, Huntington Beach. And, right when we paddled out, it was okay. It was, like, manageable for me. And then, like, the swell was filling in. So, it was picking up as we were out there. And the tide was dropping, so it was getting kind of heavy, kind of top to bottom. And I was like, oh, okay. And, I got a few waves, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger. And by the end of the session, it was like a solid six feet. And, I'm on my longboard, and I just like to cruise, and it was pretty heavy for me. And
I don't speak surfer. You have to interpret.
Well, heavy.
I don't speak surfer, man.
Heavy meaning, like, it was, like, pretty intense. Like, it was...
Okay, and, like...
It was the real deal.
And these waves were, like, 6 feet high. Was it, like, challenging for you because the waves were, like, bigger?
Well, it was a little bigger, and it was just the power behind the waves. And, I still ride a longboard right now. And so it's kind of harder.
And you wear a helmet, right?
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Doctor's orders, and like people ask me, like, dude, how long are you gonna wear the helmet for? I'm like, dude, I'm gonna wear the helmet probably for the rest of my life. I just feel comfortable with it now.
Well, because if like one more thing happens to your brain, it's like, it's a whole lot harder to.
Yeah,
the slightest thing.
I'd rather not have anything happen to it, So it's like, okay, so I take preventative action. It's like, wear a helmet. It's like, it's not, like the most comfortable thing. Like, it doesn't feel like, probably feel better without wearing a helmet, but at the same time, I have that peace of mind. Like, okay, I got my helmet on. Yeah. And, yeah.
Because you could slip off the board. You can hit your head on the board.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
could slip off the board, and then somebody else's board hit you on the head. Yeah, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was funny. I was joking with my friend Mike. I was like, yeah, but there's a lot of swell today, and I'm going to paddle out, And he's like, yeah. He's like, you're gonna wear the helmet, and like the pipeline contest was going on for the top 34 surfers in the world, which is called the WSL. And he's like joking around. He's like, you gonna go surf pipe, bro? He's like, you gonna wear your helmet? I'm like, no, bro. I'm gonna wear a double helmet. Like, I'm gonna wear 2 helmets. It was just funny. We're just joking around. And my buddy Mike is cool. He actually had a traumatic brain injury too, so we can relate in that sense. And we're both sober. We're both God-fearing people. And
swell means what? Like the waves are just.
The swell is like where the waves are coming from. Like the swell.
Okay.
Like the swell is like. The swell is like waves. They're like.
Not my thing, Bonnie.
Okay, sorry. I'm speaking a foreign language.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's fine.
But
that does, I mean, at least, like, you're doing what you love, and...
Of course.
I'm glad to know that you do that for yourself.
Well, yeah, it's so healthy and so healing just to be in the ocean, you know, just being in the ocean, and then not to mention, usually you're out there with a friend or a couple friends, and yeah, it's such a healing place, you know, and you know, I really just love the ocean. It's just something about it. It's always calling me toward it, you know. I'm just being pulled to the ocean.
Mhm.
And
I think I went to Laguna Beach. Did I go? I did. I went to Laguna Beach. I went to Top of the World, to the park, to show somebody that area because they had never been there. They just recently moved here.
Okay.
And I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I had a little happy birthday, happy everyday lunch this week with a friend. I had a productive week.
Yeah, that's good. My week was fairly productive as well, you know. I mean, what else did you do this week?
I did my headstand yesterday. I was just called to do it, and
Nice.
I haven't practiced yoga in over a month. I haven't been in the studio,
Right.
and I felt like I felt strong, and then I did cartwheels, round-offs, handstands later that night. So my muscles are a little sore. But I feel like I'm good. Like I'm kind of I was dancing too. Forcing myself to dance.
Okay.
It was like a very emotional weekend. So it was good to dance, but I still felt like I couldn't, but that I forced myself, and then that kind of helped me feel better about
Right.
this like grieving process thing that I got going on. That's very surprising to me why it's so painful, because I'm pretty strong,
Yeah,
and it's like,
I know.
but it's just like, okay. It's all good. I talked about brain body being a video update. I did that earlier with Paris in it, and then she practiced telling a story, so people know that, hey, we're good. Like, being sad is okay. Being angry, sad, feeling things, emotions and things, it's fine. It's just not being like, it's just feeling it and then just breathing and getting out of it. And then, because I can cry and stop, and then I can control my emotions, which is very important in business.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like, there is no happiness without sadness. Like, in order to have happiness, you have to be sad. And that's
the contrast, like, yeah.
Everything, that's with everything, you know? Like, there's no up without down, you know? There's no light without darkness. It's endless, you know, the contrast. And it's just part of life. But I'm stoked that I get to experience it, you know? It's a good thing to be here on the earth for the short time that we're here.
Yeah, and I'm just feeling like being more fearless, and just my goals, from what I hear from older people, sometimes they say they didn't set their goals high enough. So that's why mine, because you know me, we talk sometimes, and I'm at already, you know, the top of the top of the top of the top, like, and then some more.
Right.
And like they say, shoot for the moon. If you miss, you'll land among the stars. That saying, right? I'm shooting for the moon, the stars, the other planets. Like, I'll just, why not? I want to experience all I can. If I'm going to be here in this human form, I want to experience all I can. And I finally remembered the verse in the poem that I wrote like 20 years ago almost. And I just remembered it like yesterday after like a lot of crying, and just I was like so it the first part, my heart had never beaten so fast, a blast of the truth, a storm and now cast. Lightning has struck my open heart. Lightning has struck that vital part. One flash unexpected, the spark to my heart has torn me to pieces, has torn it apart. Or has torn it to pieces, has torn me apart. And that whole part, I couldn't remember that poem. You see those boxes? Remember you were here a couple weeks ago and you were unpacking stuff and I had you pull out my old notebooks because I wanted to remember the end of this poem. Yeah. And I just, my brain eventually, and I would be blacking out. But that's what I needed to remember. Lightning. Right. Lightning has struck my open heart. Lightning has struck that vital part. One flash unexpected, the spark to my heart has torn it to pieces, has torn me apart.
I love it. It's
good, right?
Totally.
It's so good. So I'm glad I remembered it. I'm pretty sure that's the end of the poem, but if I dig through the notebooks, I might be able to find more. And I kept looking at those boxes because I'm like, I'm going to go in there and I'll flip through my notebooks and I'll find this poem. But all I did is I waited and my brain got it. And it didn't have it for like many years.
Right. That's good.
It's all right.
Yeah.
On that note, you got any rhymes?
No, I don't have any rhymes, unfortunately.
It's okay.
You know, I know that would help my brain and just
to write poetry.
Yeah, just it's always good to like make your brain work and try new things, you know, like like it talked about, I believe last week or maybe the week before, about learning chess, and like that's such a good exercise for the brain, you know.
Great.
It causes those new neurons to connect. It makes those connections that are vital for brain rehabilitation, you know.
I don't know what I'm rehabilitating in my brain, because this is probably like a lot of emotional pain that I've had for so long.
Right.
That I think it's now kind of once. And that maybe it was subconscious or unconscious, or, you know, and my unconscious kind of buried like those lines as a defense mechanism, and then I just forced myself to remember them. And it was at the tip of my tongue for the past month or more. It's been more than a month, and then I would get one sentence, and then I would get the next sentence, and then boom, yesterday I got them all. I was like, yeah.
That's rad.
And I want to watch this movie called, I went to the screenwriters meetup. So it was people who are in a screenwriters group locally here in Orange County. And I was telling the one of the gentlemen there, and he's like, "You reminded me of this movie called Yesterday, where this guy's trying to remember the Beatles song because everybody's forgotten about the Beatles." And he told me to watch this movie. Yeah, but he said that I sounded like this guy in this movie because he was trying to always remember the Beatles songs because everybody else has forgotten. And I'm like, because that's how I was acting. And this was like last night at like 8 or 9, and by 2 in the morning, I got them. They were all there. Like my brain finally said, "Okay, Effie, we're gonna give you you're gonna remember them."
I'm trying to remember that song. Yesterday.
Yesterday. No, Yesterday's a movie. Okay. And he recommended I watch it because I sounded like that main character who was like trying to remember the lines, and I'm like, I can't remember my own lines. So if I stay up tonight, I'll watch it. but I'm kind of, it's hard for me to say this because it takes a lot to get me tired, but I'm pretty exhausted. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, waking up early, like working, and then like last night just flipping and doing handstands and flips. It's like
pushing the limits.
Yeah, so now I'm gonna take it easy.
Good.
And I really want to get back into the hot yoga room.
Yeah, it's so good. You know, I did it. I didn't go this week, but I believe I went last Saturday.
We talked about it in that podcast.
Okay.
That was last week.
Yeah,
that's okay. I gotta get and for missing a month, my body, it hasn't changed like that bad. It's like
right.
I got compliments last night out, and well, this one girl, she made what, you know how some people say, for your age, you know, like, yeah. and she goes, but I looked at her in the eyes, and she genuinely wasn't trying to like dig or, you know, I didn't take offense to it.
Right.
I was actually pretty teary-eyed and emotional. I thanked her, and she goes, she says, I know how much hard work it is for your body to look like that. And, you know, I just want you to know that that I looked great.
Awesome.
That made me feel a little bit better. I was still teary-eyed, like just going through my grieving thing, but I was like, okay, that's nice to hear. And the fact that
it was nice to hear. It was nice to get a compliment.
for your age. Anyway, so happy today, happy every day, people. I mean,
happy every day, guys.
And we love you, even though sometimes.
Yeah, we love you. And it's all good, and just keep going, you guys. No matter what happens in life, just know that you just gotta keep on keeping on, and it's always gonna pass whatever it is you're going through, and just you gotta.
And if something offends you, yeah, and if something offends you, just like I just told you, I wasn't offended by that girl making that comment. But if maybe I was bothered by my age, maybe I might have been offended. So maybe people do get offended because of these things that they need to just get the heck over about themselves.
Yeah.
And happy today, happy every day.
Exactly, and that's the thing too. It's like, you know, I'm human. Of course, I care a little bit about what people think about me. You know, I'm better. Like I'm always, like I'm progressing. Like I'm starting to care less and less. But it's like, ultimately, like what other people think about you, it's none of your business. So it's like
it's their problem.
Exactly. So you just gotta let it go. It's like, it doesn't concern you. It's their deal. You know, it's not yours.
It's what you think about yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. So
I met these like 22, 23. They were like young girls, and I was like, girls, it gets better. You know, you're gonna be. I'm like 20 years older than you all, but I'm telling you, like, you get so much smarter and better, and it's something to look forward to. And like, right. They were so cute. Like, they're like, did you vomit? Yeah, I vomited. You know how great. I was like, anyway, so that's my fun life.
Sounds rad. But yeah, just so you guys, we're gonna call it a night and
go eat healthy.
We're gonna go make some eggs and some kale and spinach and other mixed greens. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I guess I'm in charge of cooking dinner tonight, so I'm gonna cook dinner for Clyde, and yeah, it's all good.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And I've been eating decent. I could be better. And thank you for you're somebody who, like, I think about, you know, if I'm going to eat something that's not on the plan. Good. I do the best I can.
All right.
All right. Happy today, people.
All right. We love you guys.